I fixed it.
Riley!
I fixed it though.
So it should be on YouTube now.
The recorded part though, everyone should be able to see on YouTube whenever it's recorded, so they get to see me. Like, what? That's really funny. I went to
I
the
also thought it was
comment.
a little weird because I was like, usually there's like 2 or 3 people, but I don't want to make it.
Yeah, I went over to the comments because usually there's a couple, and like Gio will be the one to greet people, and I'm like, oh, I need to go greet everyone, and there was nothing, and I'm like, wait a second, that's weird. That's odd.
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious.
So now we have a couple people, and hello to y'all. If you go back after we finish this, the recorded version is going to have me being an idiot on it, so that's fun. I'm a professional. I am a professional, I assure you. So to catch everyone up on the 6 minutes that I spent not on YouTube. Yeah. We are having a show tonight. That is definitely a way to put it. To catch up for the 6 minutes that I was accidentally not on YouTube because I clicked the wrong button when setting the show up because Gio's running behind or might not be able to join us. I'm joined by my friend Colleen. We're going to be talking about the new releases for October. I mentioned our lovely sponsors over at instocktrades.com where you can buy all your books and stuff for cheap prices, including manga, and they have free shipping after $50, international, blah, blah, blah. And then I also asked Colleen about what they were reading, and Colleen mentioned the classic shoujo fantasy series. Was it From Far Away is the title? Okay. And talked about how that's for the book club in their server. And I mentioned that it looked really cool, but I'm a physical reader, and that series is impossible to get physically right now. And then I was about to talk about what I've been reading. Okay, so now we've caught up. Everyone knows what's going on. This is what happens when like Gio's not here and I'm sick and like yes, woo, new manga. Now we can start talking about it.
You're just gonna have me in perpetual laughter for the rest of this stream.
How embarrassing. I'm glad this wasn't the first time I had you on. Otherwise, I would have been mortified.
I would still be laughing just as hard.
I would have been no, but like the first time you're on and then I'm just sitting here like some dumbass putting us not even on YouTube. Yeah, this is a good example why Riley doesn't do live show on his channel. Yeah, I probably would mess it up every time. Like the few times I've done it, like I always feel like I'm messing something up anyway. I was gonna mention the like what I've been reading recently is a bunch of stuff from Yen Press because I've been going through my to read pile in order of like each publisher, and Yen Press has a lot of really cool stuff that they've been putting out recently. I'm gonna just grab this stack of books and kind of mention each of them real quickly so we can get to the topic. So this is like since this weekend what I've been reading. So from Yen Press, let's see, we had the new Solo Leveling. It's Solo Leveling. There's really not much to it. Josie the Tiger and the Fish. This one was really cute. There's a movie, light novel on that as well. But I really the illustrations are very beautiful in there. What else from Yen Press? The Geek X Hitman. Someone on Twitter called it Weebwick, and then Yen Press started rolling with it because it's an ex-mafia hitman who becomes familiar with otaku culture and decides that he wants to leave being a hitman and just pursue collecting like anime figurines and body pillows and stuff. And it's funny. It's not like super duper awesome or anything like that. It was just one of those like 11 pages per chapter, like comedy things with a little bit of action, some funny lines in there. So it was decent. It was decent. Lost Lad London is volume 2 of 3, a good mystery series, a murder mystery about he's like a governor or something who dies, and then the people who have to look into it, and this kid that gets wrapped into it for reasons that we don't want to spoil. Kowloon Generic Romance, which I feel like is better just experienced rather than told about. But it is beautifully illustrated and very interesting title or story so far. And I didn't realize that the creator had another series in English, and so I ordered that promptly during the sale that's going on right now because it's from Kodansha. I don't even remember.
I haven't read After the Rain, but I've heard it's a pretty good series.
It's short too, like 5 volumes. So I was like, yeah. I'll go. This one was really fun. Tales of the Kingdom, beautifully illustrated. About a third of the volume is in full color. It is like a kind of a historical fantasy anthology about this like fantasy land where it follows various people. The first story is about twin princes who have like different fates that they've been resigned to, basically. And then there's another story about, I think, a thief was the second one. It's really, 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 really beautifully illustrated and really fun to read. And then finally from Yen Press, I read the first 2 volumes of Run on Your Own Legs, which is about a young athlete who loses the use of his legs, and he meets a guy who is like, he makes prosthetics and stuff, and he tells him like, hey, if you want to get back into like sports and running and stuff like that, we can get you fitted for like blades. And he had no idea that those existed. And so it's kind of his story of finding out how he can go back to doing the things that he loved from before he had the accident that took away one of his legs. Then I had volume 3 of The Breaker, which is just typical action manhwa. The first volume of Breaker is beat for beat just GTO. I'm not even kidding. I made a video about it on TikTok where I showed like the panels, and I was like, it's just GTO. Like literally the same things are happening. And people were arguing with me, and they were like, no, I'm like, I'm not saying the whole series is like GTO, but the very beginning, like you can't deny. Like I'm literally. I finally read Vampires from Denpa. This one was a lot of fun. It's a cute little story about this girl whose grandmother died, and at the funeral she sees this young girl over here, and she's like, oh, who are you? She's like, oh, I'm a friend of your grandma's. And she's like, why would my grandma have a kid for a friend? That's weird. And turns out that the girl is a vampire, and then like they start hanging out and stuff, but she falls in love with the vampire girl. And so the vampire girl's like, you have to kill me. And she's like, I don't want to kill you because I like you. So there's a little bit of a romance. Then we've got The Music of Marie. There's a giant floating goddess machine in the air that creates music, and it's just wild. And mostly this is cool because the artwork is great. It's an all-in-one single volume, like 500 page. If you have any interest in like gears in your artwork, this is the for you. And then finally, I read the 3rd volume of Kaiji, which has been sitting on my shelf for a long time. I love Kaiji, or as I affectionately call it, adult Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Yu-Gi-Oh! For grown-ups. And this one was great. So fantastic series. No idea when volume 4 is going to come out because Denpa notoriously has lengthy delays. And I've currently been reading the first few chapters of The Men Who Created Gundam, which is a fun dramatization of the creation of the Gundam franchise. Okay, so that's everything I've been reading since the last show.
Quite a bit.
I'm trying. I'm embarrassed of how big my to-read pile is, so I'm trying to like tackle it bit by bit. And since I'm sick right now and I can't go to my my library to film, I figured I'd just go ahead and get some reading done.
Yeah.
Let's see. But this weekend, I think I'm gonna like go over and just film like 3 videos so that I can get things done. And I need to make sure that I have stuff. October is going to be the month where I return to weekly releases, because at the very least, I know that there's going to be a free video for me to make on the Viz Media announcements in a couple weeks. So thank you, Viz, for the free content. Now, let's see. I'll share my page, share my screen for, no, that's not the right one.
You got this, Riley. I believe in you. You can do it.
Share this one. Okay, cool. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit, and I might zoom in just a little bit more. There's a hotkey for that, and I'm too dumb to know. Okay, so here we are, October releases. There's some pretty exciting stuff in here. The first book, I think this is a horror, like, single volume. Yeah, it's a horror book. This is Be Very Afraid of Kanako Inuki. Fans of Ito, Kazuo Ume's Mermaid Saga, you have to read Be Very Afraid of Kanako Inuki. For more than 30 years, Kanako Inuki has been terrorizing girls and boys with twisted catch-22s and ghoulish monsters. Discover one of the best-kept secrets of global horror with this selection of some of Inuki's most popular short comics. So I've already ordered that. I'm very excited for any horror stuff. Do you know if those are from shoujo magazines?
Let me look it up.
As with much horror, especially like short stories, I feel like it's a good chance.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. They don't always make it super easy to figure out. I wish I would just like pull up my anime list right away instead of like all the ways to buy the book, you know, how most people want it. Yeah.
They are.
I think so. Her first, oh wait, hold on. It could just be the author.
Well, it's a collection of her short stories, I believe. So
some of them might be. So it seems to be that a lot of her series were published in Shoujo Friend, which is no longer a magazine anymore, I don't think. But yeah. So I think at least some of them are probably shoujo. And it doesn't seem like many of her other series were published in other things.
Okay. Cool. So, and anyone who's like, oh no, shoujo, like, don't let that turn you off, because most horror, like, short story manga, especially like Junji Ito, much of his is published in Monthly Halloween, which is a shoujo magazine. And I believe a lot of Kazuo Ume's stuff is also from either that or other shoujo magazines. So shoujo horror is like, a lot of horror is shoujo. All right, moving on. Grand Blue Dreaming, Volume 17. I believe I've already ordered this one. Faraway Paladin, Omnibus Volume 4. Ascendance of a Bookworm, Part 2, Volume 4. Konohana Kitan, 11. I can talk sometimes.
Like, here's get there.
Yeah, here's a double header from Shoujo Beat with Yona of the Dawn and Snow White with the red hair coming out on the 4th. We're in the first week is the 4th, by the way, to everyone watching.
We are getting super close to having caught up entirely with both of the Japanese releases. Because Yona of the Dawn's on 39, which just got released, and Snow White with the red hair, I think, is 27. So.
And I'm super close to having every volume of both of those.
Oh, for Yona too?
Yes. Let me pull my list so I can quote you exactly. For Snow White and the red hair, with the red hair, I'm only lacking volume 5. And for Yona of the Dawn, I need 7, 14, and 15. So
pretty good.
Fingers crossed that all of those get reprinted pretty soon. This next one is one that I know a lot of people are super excited about, and that's Romantic Killer, Volume 1 from Viz Media's Shoujo Beat line. I can't see your face, by the way, but
I'm doing a cutting motion, gag.
Okay, So this is it's from Jump Plus. So it's a shonen manga. Or seinen, shonen or seinen, I don't remember.
Shonen, probably.
But Viz decided to put it under the Shoujo Beat line, and it is oversized, it is full color. That's why it has the higher price point, but it is the highest priced series in the Shoujo Beat line. It's been a topic of much discussion and whatnot in the shoujo community, because they've, for whatever reason, brought in a shonen series and labeled it as a shoujo instead of bringing in another shoujo, which they've been lacking on pretty severely. So and this literally does take the place of something else in their lineup, basically. So that said, boycott Romantic Killer. If y'all want to buy it, it's your own prerogative, whatever. But like, I'm not. It has ugly artwork also, to just be frank. Back to the good stuff though. My Love Mix Up Volume 5, which I did get that series like a couple weeks ago, so I can start reading that one soon.
Oh, if you like No Longer Heroine, you're gonna love this one.
Okay, good, because I really liked No Longer Heroine.
It's got like the same vibes, especially in the artwork, with like the over exaggerated like facial expressions. So
I was so close to passing on No Longer Heroine, like from our discussion or our conversation about it. I was like, I don't know, and then I think I threw it into an order because I needed to pad it out.
Yeah,
and I was like, wow, I'm so happy I read that one. Then we got some Shonen Jumps, some Moriarty the Patriot, Dr. Stone, Boruto, My Hero, and then we've got an isekai, So I'm a Spider, So What? The Daily Lives of the Kumoko Sisters, Volume 4, Yakuza Reincarnation, Volume 3. This one I talked about last month when Gio and I did stuff, because it was supposed to come out at the end of September and it got pushed back in the beginning of October, and it is available now. And that is Night of the Living Cat from Seven Seas. I am so excited for this one. I've already ordered a copy. I cannot wait to read it. There is a like zombie virus like thing afflicting the world, but instead of turning people into zombies, it turns them into cats. Yeah. And the way that it's passed is by cuddling with the cats. And so like the main character is a guy who is obsessed with cats and knows everything about cats. And so he's having a very hard time keeping himself from cuddling with all the kitties around him.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about this one. This one, I hope it is as good as it sounds. Yeah, virus spread across the world, transforming all humankind into wild, slavering, furry beasts, cats to be precise. Those few survivors who remain human take refuge in the dark corners of the earth as they fight back against the feline horde. Kanagi, a man with no memory of his past yet a deep knowledge of cats, struggles to hold on with his only his wits and his will to survive. Yet the virus transmits merely through cuddles, and Kanagi finds kitties so hard to resist. Is his willpower strong enough to withstand this hair-raising catastrophe?
That sounds amazing.
I'm so excited. I'm not a cat person. I'm a dog guy, but that sounds hilarious. It could have been a cat, dog, lemur. I don't know. It could have been anything. And I like the premise is just hilarious. Moving on. The Summer You Were There. I think this is a GL story, a GL high school romance thing. I don't remember exactly the specifics of the story. Free Life Fantasy Online Immortal Princess. That's another volume 1 that I think I looked into, but I don't remember exactly. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun Volume 16, or Hanako-kun. I don't know.
You're asking the wrong person.
we both got the same problems. The Eminence in Shadow Volume 5. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime 20. Gio would tell you how much he loves this series right now. And my favorite, Chain Soldier Volume 2, and by favorite, I mean my very much not favorite. I hated the first volume so much that usually I give a series at least 3 books, and I dropped it right then and there. It was just...
Chain Soldier Sweep.
Bungo Stray Dogs 1, Volume 3, 8686, Volume 3, Wand Dance Volume 2. I still haven't read Volume 1, but I've heard good things, and I'm going all in on the Wand Dance.
If you're into dancing, I feel like it's I read Volume 1, and it would be easier to get into if you were into dancing and you know what street dancing like looks like, because it was so like the movement was very strange to me, and I couldn't figure out like the dancing that they were doing. But the art looks really nice, and I like the characters. I just couldn't get into it because it was just hard to follow.
That'll probably be enough for me. Like honestly, just nice art and fun characters, and then I'll probably, because that's how it is for most like sports stuff. I don't know anything about any sports, and I read it and then I kind of learn along the way. Which it sounds like this series maybe is not doing well to kind of teach the reader right off the bat about the subject.
I feel like dance is also just kind of hard to explain.
Yeah.
Because it's such a visual thing that you can't be like, oh, these are the rules of dancing. Like you could say, put your leg down and like do a twist, and you would be like, okay, but what does that mean?
All right, so we got Rent a Girlfriend, Volume 14. I know you're fond of that one.
Oh, love that series. You know me.
Yaomushi Pedal, Volume 21. I'm excited because like volumes of Yaomushi Pedal were super hard to find for a long time, and then Yen Press blessed us with some reprints, and so now, at least a couple months ago, I was able to get the rest of the series that I'd been waiting on. Sundome Milky Way, Volume 5. Imaginary, Volume 1. This one was delayed, I believe, from last month. I forget what it's about, but I liked the artwork, and I looked into the artwork and found that the artist also did a lot of H manga before, and I was like, oh, let's see. Back when Tasuku was a kid, he harbored a secret. He was in love with his friend Micah, but Micah moved away for school before he could gather his courage and confess. Now, as adults, they've reconnected as friends, and being together brings back memories of their shared past. It was so easy to fantasize about wild things when they were children, but what has become of those fantasies now that they've grown up? So we'll see. I think I've already ordered my copy of that one, so I'll find out how I feel about it. Is it wrong to try to pick up Girls in a Dungeon on the Side Sword Oratoria, Volume 18? Damn, 18 volumes of a side story. Angels of Death, Episode 0, Volume 4. This one, Tsubaki-cho Lonely Planet, that one has like the age gap romance, right?
Yeah, she's 15-ish, almost 16, and he's 28.
Oh.
Yeah. And she's got extreme daddy issues too, which is why it just makes it all the more worse to me.
Isn't it like her family doesn't, like her dad lost her dad?
Her dad is like, he like got really deep in debt from gambling, and so she picks up a job as a maid, and her maid job ends up being for this author who like can't do anything for himself. So she ends up being his maid, and then because she doesn't have a dad, she ends up falling in love with him. Like that's what it seems like to me.
But is there an actual romance between them?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like they just are glancing at each other across the room longingly or something.
No,
meaning.
I ended up giving up on the series at around like volume 6, and I ended up just skimming through the rest of the chapters. And yeah, it's like at times it gets uncomfortable. I'm just like, you're an adult.
The artwork is very nice though from this cover.
Yeah, Yamamori Mika always has beautiful artwork, but some of her stories are questionable.
Let's see. The Fiancé Chosen by the Ring, Volume 2. Unnamed Memory, Volume 1. Gahi-chan, Volume 1. We were glancing at this one before going live.
Egg boobs.
Yeah, she's got eggs stuffed in her shirt. She's not wearing any panties. And this is Yen Press does such great releases, like all the stuff that I talked about that I had read this past week. And then they also do stuff like this and Chain Soldier, which are just definitely not for me.
You gotta keep it even.
Yeah, you know, you gotta do that. Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games, Volume 3. We've got some reprints of all of the Shigeru Mizuki stuff, Onwards Towards Our Noble Deaths, Showa 53 to 89, Showa 44 to 53, 39 to 44, 26 to 39. I have some of those. I know I don't have some of them. Ore Miko looks like a BL spicy book, just from the cover there. You can see his nipples.
Thank you for pointing that out.
You're welcome. The 10th Gantz Omnibus, this one's going to be 12 total. The 12th one's been solicited, and it shows that it will be a 4-in-1, so it's going to be a real chunky monkey for that last one. My Isekai Life, I gained we're in the second week, by the way, as of a little while ago. I think as of the Showa Mizuki stuff. My Isekai Life, I gained a second character class and became the strongest sage in the world, Volume 3. The Ghost in the Shell, the Human Algorithm manga, Volume 3. I haven't been reading the recent Ghost in the Shell stuff, but I was a big fan of like the anime, and so I consider sometimes picking those manga up. Vampire Dormitory, Volume 7. Lovesick Ellie, Volume 6. I bought that one recently as well, because so many people were talking about it, and it sounded very cute.
It's a great series.
Sounds very funny. Splatoon Volume 15, which at this point, because of some of my recent purchases, is like the only Nintendo-related manga that I don't have. But it's 15 volumes, whereas most of the other ones are like a few, so I'm not going to just jump in. Sakamoto Days, Volume 4. Are you still reading that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I decided I was gonna, so I read the first 10 chapters, I think, online, and then I was like, oh, I didn't know I was getting physicals, so now I'm just keeping up with whenever the physicals come out. Same with Spy Family.
Nice. I'm behind on that series. I don't know by how much, but I really loved it when I was reading it. I could
it's fun.
Start reading again. I don't know how far I was whenever I fell off of reading everything. I Belong to the Baddest Girl at School. It's a fun title. Yuri Espoir, Volume 2. Formerly the Fallen Daughter of the Duke, Volume 1 from Tokyo Pop. Is that a Tokyo Pop book?
Looks like it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Most Tokyo Pop is either like BL or Disney. So that's different.
For getting into Isekai.
Moon and Sun, Volume 2. I think that one's a spicy BL.
I think so, yeah.
Case Closed 84, Black or White, Volume 5, another spicy BL. Girl from the Other Side. I'm not even going to try to say the other part. Deluxe Edition Manga, Omnibus Volume 2. The first one, beautiful production. So I'm very pleased with how those came out from Seven Seas. The Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent, Volume 6. The Duke of Death and His Maid manga, Volume 3. Magic Artisan Dahlia Wilts No More, 3. Kimono Jihen, Volume 2. Creep Cat, Volume 4. Hunting in Another World with My Elf Wife, Volume 1. And then Isekai.
Sorry, that's the title.
With My Elf Wife.
I love my elf wife. I love my curvy elf wife.
There's a lot to be said on that. I don't know. I could go on for days. Just like, what other type of wives could you have in the? I love my wife. I love my gnome wife. I love my dwarf wife. I love my
gnome wife. Wife.
Or like,
I'm a stay-at-home wife.
Stop. What was that one? It was like, are you into like muscle girls or something like that? Like, are you into elf girls? All right. This is screwed up, but I was reincarnated as a girl in another world. Volume 3. Cat Massage Therapy, Volume 3. This was the one that had the little beans on like raised on the covers.
Oh my god. I've seen those in stores and I've never noticed.
Everyone went crazy about it on TikTok when Volume 1 came out. Like, someone went in, like, made a video and got like hundreds of thousands of views just from being like, look at the beans.
I'm gonna have to tell Zach because his new goal. Well, he hasn't started it yet, but every time we see a new cat manga, he's like, "I need to own every single cat manga." So I'm gonna need to let him know that you can feel the beans.
Well, there's the cat massage therapy, but do not forget the Cats of the Dead.
Yeah, Cat Gamer.
Night of the Living Cat, or whatever it was called, Night of the Cat. I don't remember what it was. The zombie cat one. Cat plus Gamer I got is actually pretty good. It was cute. Let's see if there's more cats. Cat. Oh, also for Zach, there's Comey.
Yeah, kind of cat related, I guess.
Oh, Kaiju number 8, volume 4. Beauty and the Feast, volume 4. Island in a Puddle, volume 4. A lot of volume 4s. Peach Boy Riverside 8. Kaiju Girl Caramelise, volume 6. I was about to order this one, but I think they don't have the first volume, so I passed. But I love kaiju, and I looked into it, and that book's actually pretty highly rated. So I don't know, I'll try it out at some point. Adam the Beginning, I believe Gio's excited about that one, so I'll speak for him for a second. Song of Yoru and Asa Encore, which has been available for a while. SHWD, I talked about this one a couple months ago. It's kind of interesting seeming, but that's ridiculous. Like, look at her bust. It's like her entire.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
this was the GL one that you were telling me about, right?
I probably mentioned it at some point. Hard-boiled Yuri tale about 2 special agent women fighting supernatural horrors. So yeah, like, it sounds really great, but when I first like examined the artwork for the cover, like up close, I was like, Jesus.
It's hard to tell right away.
It is. It's really hard to tell right away. And I was looking at it, and I thought it was like someone's shoulder. Like, I thought they were turned or something. And I was like, yeah. Yo, dang. She's also just very like huge. She's a huge person compared to the other one. But she's the muscle, and then the other one I think is her boss, and she's like the brains of the operation. And special hazardous waste disposal. So they do stuff after monsters and whatnot. So I'm going to try that one out. It does sound really cool. Next up, let's see. The hero laughs while walking the path of vengeance a second time. Volume 2. Don to Don, Volume 1. That's going to be a big one for the month. This is a new one for the Shonen Jump line. I don't know if I can say much about what it is. I'm just going to read what they say because that should be safe for YouTube. Momo Ayase strikes up an unusual friendship with her school's UFO fanatic, whom she nicknames Okarun because he has a name that is not to be said aloud. While Momo strongly believes in spirits, she thinks aliens are nothing but nonsense. Her new friend, however, thinks quite the opposite. To settle matters, the two set out to prove each other wrong. Momo to a UFO hotspot and Okarun to a haunted tunnel. What unfolds next is a beautiful story of young love and oddly horny aliens and spirits.
Cool.
It comes from one of the former assistants of Tatsuki Fujimoto.
That explains it.
Black and White Tough Love at the Office, Volume 1. I think that one's a GL romance. Look real quick. Yuri Slugfest at the Office.
Oh, interesting.
High Score Girl Volume 9. I feel like this was delayed by a year or something. But there's only 10 volumes, so we're getting close to the end of that one. I've really enjoyed this one. It's a nice little kind of young love slice of life type thing. Usotoki Rhetoric Volume 1. That one's a shoujo mystery story.
Yeah, kind of like a detective series.
Mm-hmm.
The girl is able to hear lies, and the detective figures out she's got like something going on with her pretty quickly. And so he hires her because he's like, hey, you got something I think will help me out.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of like a Reagan type, but not as like pathetic man as Reagan is.
Fair enough. I had no idea this was coming out, but it sounds really fun. And just mystery manga are very few and far between in the States. Like, you really don't have that many of them, and so anything coming out is good. And I also was thinking earlier that they're like One Piece books doesn't publish that many things, but everything they do publish, I feel like gets pretty well received. So I'm looking forward to trying out that series. Blade of the Immortal Deluxe Edition Volume 7 out of 10, so we're close to the end. Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card Manga Volume 12, Undead Unluck Volume 9, Twin Star Exorcist 26, Record of Ragnarok Volume 4, Persona 5, Volume 9, Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt Volume 18. God, it's been forever, I think, since the last one of that came out. Mission Yozakura Family. I forgot this was coming out so soon. This is a Weekly Shonen Jump title that did not get physical. If everything was coming out in time, like chronologically, this would have come before Undead Unluck or Mashal because it had been running longer than either of them. It's kind of an action comedy where this dude is betrothed to marry into this girl's family, but her family is made up of a lot of like was it like spies and hitmen or something like that, and each of them has a different like abilities or different weapons specialties that they use, and so he kind of has to like learn how to be part of their family, the Yozakura family. It reminds me a lot in style of Reborn, Katekyo Hitman Reborn, where it starts off really like comedic, but it does lean into the action eventually, and it has some really great action sequences in there. I enjoy it. I think it's a really solid series, and I'm very happy that it finally got announced for the physical release and that we're finally getting the physicals now. Freerun Beyond Journey's End, always fun. I think I'm a volume behind on it right now, so I'll have to catch up soon. Children of the Whales, Volume 20. That's like the only shoujo that's ongoing from the Signature line, I think, right now.
Yeah, Oku just finished, so I think it's the only one.
A Galaxy Next Door, Volume 3. This has been a fun little quaint romance series thus far. Higehiro, after being rejected, I shaved and took in a high school runaway. That sounds awful. I think it's literally like a dude pretending to be younger or something. I don't know.
I did not think the guy shaved. I thought, oh God. I did not read that title right.
Let's see the description. I shaved and took in a high school runaway.
Okay.
I think I remember when the first volume came out, Gio and I talked about it, and we were like, what? Canis Deer Hatter Volume 2, the artwork on this by Zach is just phenomenal. I've seen a lot of the interiors as well. It is great. But I think there's before the Canis Deer Hatter is like Canis Mr. Rain or something. And so if I want to get it, I have to get that one. And I don't know that it's available at the moment, but I haven't checked. I'm going to be honest. I haven't checked. The Saint's magic power is on Omnipotent, the Other Saint, Volume 1. The Tunnel to Summer, The Exit of Goodbyes, Ultramarine, that is a title. Volume 2. The Ancient Magus Bride, Wizard's Blue, Volume 5. J.K. Haru is a sex worker in another world. Here we go. The Evil Secret Society Cats, Volume 1 in color.
Look at him.
Cat alert. There's a Mew villain in town. We will teach humans to fear the feline race. They may seem cute and cuddly, but these kitties are up to no good. Under the direction of the purple-caped feline commander, the Evil Secret Society of Cats schemes against humanity in a series of humorous stories as adorable as they are diabolical. After all, the complex nature of cats is part of their charm.
Did you ever play the phone game Neko Atsume?
No.
It was just like a little phone game where you just had cats come into your yard and you'd put food out and you'd close the game and then you'd come back and there'd be cats in your yard. That's the exact thing that this looks like.
That's funny. It looks like it's a 4-coma, like 4-panel, just comedy. So that's cool. Full color.
Cat manga.
Who publishes it? 7 Seas. Okay. $15 for some colored cats. All right, so we've been in the third week for a little bit. Moving on to page 2. Oh my God, what happened?
It's broken.
Yeah, I don't know why it updated that or why it went that way.
Now it's actually broken.
That's weird. Okay.
Check if the page went to Facebook.
There's some bosomy right at the top here. I got fired as a court wizard, so now I'm moving to the country to become a magic teacher. These titles,
they get longer.
Yeah, and
they get longer and longer.
They're always like, okay, so the usually it's because it's based on a light novel, and I understand that like they make the titles long for light novels so that when people are like looking at the titles in the magazine, they know exactly what to expect just from the description, or from the title gives a description. But like, still,
that title is taking up half that cover right there. Like that's
court wizard magic. Like they give us the big important words. So should we just call it court wizard magic teacher?
That's what I would say. That's probably what other people call it, honestly.
The Ida-ten deities know only peace. Soul Eater, Perfect, Volume 8. I think this is the character that Gio was saying that he liked.
Yeah. Okay. I thought she had arrows for some reason.
I don't know. Maybe she does. So there is something with arrows in like the last one I read. She loves to cook and she loves to eat. I can relate to that. Oh, one of them loves to cook and the other one loves to eat. Well, I could relate to both of them, honestly. He loves to cook and she loves it. I feel like that could be a little more clear, but whatever. Sasaki and Peeps. Are the Peeps just like, oh no, they're birds. Oh yeah, I remember when this got announced. It's a bird manga.
Oh,
there's not a lot of those, but if any, but there you go. It's a bird manga. No matter how I look at it, it's you guys' fault I'm not popular. I doubt it. Happy of the End, Volume 1. I don't know what this is. I think it's a BL. It looks...
BLs always have the coolest looking covers. It's probably a BL.
Looks like cyberpunk BL. There's another cat, Nights with a Cat. I did not grab the first volume, but this is volume 2. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, Trinity and Tempest, volume 6. Mon's Taboo, volume 2. I read the first one. This one was pretty fun, little like action shonen comedy. Shonen Note, Boy Soprano. I was super excited for this one. It was supposed to come out last month, and I even put it in my thumbnail for my video, and they delayed it. So thanks a lot for making me look like a damn fool. I'm still
on purpose.
I know. Kakegurui, Compulsive Gambler. I always love the covers of this series. Like something about like the composition and like the way that like certain parts of it seem like they're like, she has hyper realistic hands and face, but then the hair is like flat. I don't know. I really like the design compositions of the Kakegurui covers. The Land of Leodale, Volume 2. I did not read Volume 1. Too many like fantasy series out there for me to keep up with. I kept pressing the 100 million year button and came out on top. Okay. The Geek X Hitman Volume 2. So this is like the antagonist kind of that series. Kind of, not really. But she is like chasing after him. But she's also an otaku.
She's a fujoshi.
Yeah, like...
I see the little BL right there, yeah.
I think she likes BL and K-pop are the two things that she's into. So that's cool. That one's coming out. The Executioner and Her Way of Life, Volume 1. Not too long of a title. Oh, this one I'm excited for. PTSD Radio, Volume 1. A horror series. I forget exactly what it's about, but anything horror automatically gets me excited. So right in time for Halloween on the 18th. Combatants will be dispatched. Chitose is in the Ramune Bottle, Volume 2. I had read the first one recently, and it was pretty interesting. I almost thought it was going to be a harem series because it's like one dude and a bunch of girls, but like none of them seem to be interested really in that way. So I was like, all right, we're saved. Banished from the hero's party, I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside, Volume 3. Let's see how that one, the title, Banished Heroes Party. Okay. Uh-oh. Someone's coming out to get you.
Did I not mute that quick enough?
The Abandoned Empress, Volume 3, Candy and Cigarettes, Volume 1. I forget what the premise here was. Retired cop Hiraga Raizo gets a lucrative gig working for a shadowy government organization. He is in for a rude awakening. The first day on his job, he comes across a grisly murder and a lone little girl who's far from innocent. She's Suzukaze Miharu, an 11-year-old master assassin, and his new partner. The arrangement is simple. She kills, he cleans up, and hides any evidence. Sure, the pay is great, but how much blood is Raizo willing to get on his hands? Candy and Cigarettes. I'll try it. We'll see how it goes. The box set for My Hero Academia, part 1, that has like 1 through 20, I believe. Yes, 1 through 20. Kakegurui Twin covers are not nearly as nice for this series as for the main series, but whatever. They tried. Drip Drip is by the creator of Beastars, Paro Itagaki. And it was about this girl. She gets a nosebleed whenever she's around things that are unclean. I think she's like trying to figure out how to deal with that. Is she naked right there?
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to get too trouble. But I love Beastars, so I'm definitely going to be checking that one out. I know Gio read it, and he said before that it was pretty good. He said it was really weird, but pretty good. How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift, Volume 9, Heavenly Delusion, Volume 4, Guyonbo Holiday by Panya. I think that's the same creator as the Imitation from a Crab series. Outbride Beauty and the Beast, that Volume 1 was terrible. A Man and His Volume 7. The Last Gender, there's been X Gender, now we have The Last Gender, When We Are Nameless. I can't see the description of it, but wait, full details. It's a drama, slice of life, Bar California, a place where people with different genders, propensities, and sexual orientations gather to find a certain something. Transgender, bisexual who has been hurt by the voices of others, a pansexual looking for true love, and a person who identifies as both male and female. There are as many sexualities as there are people. Interesting. Let's see. Come on, where am I? Bakemonogatari Volume 16, Dissolving Classroom, the Collector's Edition. This is the hardcover super large edition of the paperback that was by Junji Ito that was released a while ago. So it's going to be similar to Cat Diary if you're keeping up with that stuff for Ito collectors. Eden's Zero Volume 19, Wand Dance Volume 3, which I guarantee is going to get delayed. We're on the 25th now, last week of the month. How Do We Relationship Volume 7, Shangri-La Frontier Volume 2. First volume was okay. We'll see how the second one goes. Blue Lock Volume 3, Love and Lies, Misaki Ending Volume 12, Multi-Mind Mayhem, Isekai Tensei Sudoki Volume 5. That was quite the title. I Was Reincarnated as the Villainess in an Otome Game, but the Boys Love Me Anyway, Volume 3. Sakurai-san Wants to Be Noticed, Volume 2, Servamp, Volume 17, Parallel Paradise, 11, Reincarnated as the Sword, Volume 9, Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs, Volume 21, Momo the Blood Taker 2, Necromance, Volume 5, Yokai Cats, Volume 1. This one looks similar to the other one also, and it is also from Seven Seas. Life with Supernaturally Adorable Cats. Think cats are mischievous pranksters? Wait till you meet the yokai cats. One has a neck that can stretch to steal food off the counter. Another looks like a wall big enough to block a road, but is still warm and fluffy, and that's just the start. Get ready to be surprised and delighted by the daily life of these supernatural felines and their humans. And this one's also in color.
Same. It was the same. Author, artist as the other one we just looked at, the Evil Cats one.
Pandania?
Yeah.
Okay. So both of those are coming out at the same time. There's Volume 2 of Vampires. I read that first one. We talked about it earlier. Nana and Kaoru is a BDSM manga, but it's like a BDSM romance. apparently a lot of people are really excited. Is coming. I know nothing about it until like a week ago when Faku tweeted about it, and I was like, huh. So we'll see. The Pet Detective Agency, that was delayed from last month. Sensei's Pious Lie, this is the last volume of this drama series. That was also delayed from last month. I'm a behemoth, an S-ranked monster, but mistaken for a cat. I live as an elf girl's pet. What the hell is that title? I'm a behemoth, an S-ranked monster, but mistaken for a cat. I live in a. There's so
that
much.
That was too many commas. Get rid of some of those commas. Take out part of that sentence.
Just, I'm a behemoth mistaken for a cat and live as an elf girl's pet, maybe. I don't know. You don't even need that.
One thing needs to go there.
That is a lot. Okay. Orient Volume 10, Skygrazer has been delayed a couple times. This one seems interesting. Just like weird things happen in this building, and you get to check out the weird things that are happening, more or less. Another Junji Ito, Black Paradox hardcover. Of course, we have some Junji Ito right in time for the Halloweens. The Ancient Magus Bride, Volume 16, Love and Lies, the Lilina Ending, Volume 12, Witches of Adamas, Volume 3, Suppose a Kid from the Last Dungeon Boonies moved to a starter town, Volume 6. Rakuda Laughs was delayed from, I think, a month or two ago. This is just a single volume story about like a Yakuza who finds a dead body and gets involved in some stuff. Inside Mari Volume 9, I think, is the last volume of that series by Shuzo Oshimi. Welcome to the Ballroom Volume 11. I'm still looking for Volume 7 of this because I bought it on Amazon and I got sent like a Spanish copy. So that's nice. Actually, no, I think it's French. Either way, I couldn't read it. Classroom of the Elite Volume 4. I'm Not Meat Volume 2. I'm excited for this one because I enjoyed the first volume pretty well. The Savior's Book Cafe Story in Another World Volume 4. No Longer Human Complete Edition. This is a biggie. This is a really fun one. So based on the novel by Osamu Dazai, this one is Usamaru Furuya's adaptation, which has been long out of print, but Kodansha announced sometime early this year or last year, whatever, that they're going to reprint it in a single volume. And here it is, finally coming out this month. This was adapted by other creators as well, including Junji Ito. So this is a more modernized take, whereas Junji Ito's was more accurate to the time in which it was originally written. So excited for that one. Also excited for this one. Noise is the prequel to Blame or Blam by Tsutomu Nihei. This one has also been very out of print. It was a Tokyo Pop title that was available digitally, and then eventually Kodansha blessed us with the physical. That was actually, those last two are for next month.
I was going to say something, but I was like, maybe he wants to do the first week in November.
No, I accidentally bled in. Either way, those are some great things, and I can talk about them more when we get to November's releases, but I'm obviously very excited. Actually, I thought that this was going to be from October because No Longer Human is kind of horrific, and I feel like it could have fit really well for October. Anyway, so the last book for this month was actually Welcome to the Ballroom. And let's take a look at that cover. Always beautiful artwork. And that's it for this. Let me stop my screen sharing. So, anything super notable for you?
Usotoki Rhetoric, probably. I've been waiting for that one to come out for a while. Especially because I actually was reading it online, assuming that I would like never be able to read it because it's from what, like 2015. So I was like, we're not gonna get this one. There's no way. So yeah, I stopped reading it whenever I saw that we were getting it in print. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get to like read this whole thing actually for the first time.
It's concluded?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember how many volumes, but it's shorter.
I'm looking at what One Piece Books publishes right now because I'm curious. Because I have the Music of Marie that I mentioned earlier with all the gears and stuff. That's from them. And then
They have a pretty popular BL, and it has summer in the title, I think.
Yes.
I can't remember the name.
They sent me the last volume of that, and I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know really what to do with this. Because literally,
fill in the gap.
Yeah, I was like, can you? Like, even asked. They're like, can we send you this so you can talk? I'm like, yeah, I guess. And they were like, it's the last volume, and I'm like, can you send me the whole thing? And they're like, no. I can't really talk much about it then because I don't know what's going on with it.
Oh, I hear the sunspot. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Oh, but they also published the Higehiro After Being Rejected, I Shaved and Took in a High School Runaway.
Oh, that's them.
Yeah. Hinamatsuri is them as well. I got that one somewhat recently. I Belong to the Baddest Girl at School is also them. Yeah, I Hear the Sunspot. Yeah, they sent me Limit Volume 3. I was okay. Which is like the fourth of the series or the fifth of the series in total. Man, I was getting really pumped about those November releases. Now I'm like, shit.
No, you don't have anything.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about like Dandadan and stuff. Like you know me, I'm a shonen boy at heart.
A little bronin.
I am a bronin. Deep down, no matter what I do.
It's okay, maybe you can be proud.
I've been feeling so weird lately and off is because I haven't read I have a stack of Shonen Jump manga that I haven't read. That's like 15 books or something.
Once you read it, you won't be sick anymore.
So I'm gonna be energized, and then I'm gonna come back and like message you and be like, "Shoujo sucks."
I'm gonna kick you out of our group chat.
No, I doubt I will. I don't know why I've been keeping myself, and I'm reading all these other things first when I know I can get through those like 10 books within a few hours easily.
That's probably why.
I don't know. I need to do it. I just need to do it. Maybe I'll do it after this. I'll do it tonight and like treat myself to some good old fashioned JJK and stuff. All right, let's see what some people in the I was missing all of the comments. Canyon Cigarette's supposed to be pretty good. The description was interesting, so I'm looking about I'm looking at trying that one out. Yeah, Scans Volume 10 is I ordered a copy on IST already, so it is available. Okay, I'm gonna go back down. Was the Executioner Her Way of Life? Was that one that I had mentioned?
Yeah, it was in there.
Is that a new volume 1?
I think it was.
Okay.
Because I remember being like, oh, only one volume? I think I've heard of this one before. So it must have just been the anime.
I do not know if Dissolving Classroom is also going to glow in the dark. The cover didn't seem like it though. Because the cover of the Cat Diary has like the claws and the eyes and teeth and stuff. I think that's what glows. But the Dissolving Classroom didn't really have anything that stuck out like that.
I think all books should glow in the dark.
Yeah, I think that they should the pages should be painted luminescent.
Yeah.
And that's what should glow.
And the text, the title text.
Sure is something. Especially those long titles, the ones that take up half the book.
It should just all be glow in the dark.
High school kids know too much about S&M. That's gonna be the most unbelievable part for me because like in high school, I don't think I even knew what the S and the M stood for.
Stood for whatever Rihanna's song was about.
That's like all I was like, oh yeah, S and M.
Don't sing it. You'll get copyrighted.
Solid 6.5. I sing so terribly that like I don't think we'd get in trouble. I sing terribly, and I was in a band in high school. But I think they only wanted me to be in the band because like my aesthetic looked like what they were going for. And then
Was it a ska band?
No, it was they wanted to be like a screamo band.
So I was gonna say you have ska vibes. I don't know if that's considered a bad thing.
No, not at all. Not for me.
Good, it was a compliment.
Thank you. No, I assume that that's what you're going for. No, but I didn't have glasses yet, and my hair was usually like in my face and stuff. Yeah, but my hair is also curly, so like I had to, like, if it was here, it was up here.
Yeah.
But they had me sing for them, and like I think we only practiced 2 songs: Red Jumpsuit Apparatus and Yellow Card Ocean Avenue.
The dynamic duo.
Yeah, and we played the talent show at the high school, and I cannot, like, that is one of those just embarrassing ingrained, because I was like, I'd never sung in front of a crowd before.
Yeah.
I'm singing in front of people's parents and stuff, and I'm supposed to be like I can sing the songs all right, like, but then when it gets to like in Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, there's a part where he screams, and I'm supposed to scream, and I was just like, what? I'm not ruining my throat for you guys. And of course, like, I don't know, like there was no way for me to learn how either, because like there was no one on YouTube teaching us that shit in like 2005.
Go to MySpace.
Yeah, exactly.
Singing tutorials on
MySpace. Everyone fighting over who's going to be in your top 8. I had a top 24, and like I checkered it where it was like a band and then a friend and a band and a friend, but I didn't have enough like cool friends, so I started like just people that I wasn't even that close with, putting them in my top, and I was like, is that awkward for me to put you in my top?
I'm glad I never had to go through this. My parents didn't allow me to have anything.
Damn, you missed out on the MySpace era.
Yeah, I was vicariously through friends. Anytime I would spend the night at someone's house, I would be on their MySpace because I couldn't have one, so I would be on theirs.
My all right, so embarrassing is definitely gonna be this. So my MySpace, I figured out how to, like, you know, put in the music and the stuff and all that, and my favorite band when I was in high school was From First to Last. So like I had like all of From First to Last songs were like on my little radio thingy, and I don't remember which one played automatically when you opened, but my page it was all red and black, because of course, and in the background it was Ichigo doing Bankai. So
somehow I feel like I could have predicted this.
No, but you won't predict the name that I gave myself. Was so like on MTV at the time, like, you know, all the big shows on MTV, there was Pimp My Ride with Exhibit, and I named mine Pimp My Hearse because I thought I was so cool. And one of my friends was trying to like get me to go out with a girl at their school, and tried to like say the name, like, yeah, on MySpace it's like Pimp My Hearsey or something like that. And I was like, bro, if you're gonna say my embarrassing name, at least say it right.
It's one of those words that like he probably has never seen spelled before.
Yeah, and after that I changed it, and I swear to you, this was me making a joke because we were trying to come up with the most emo names. And so I changed it from Pimp My Hearse to Rye Morphine Forever.
Did you write My Immortal?
Did I write it? No.
That sounds like a name that the My Immortal fanfic writer would have made.
Anyway, yeah, Pimp My Horsey. So that was my MySpace. It was embarrassing. It was really bad.
Beautiful story.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. No secrets between us.
No, not at all. So there was some cool manga that we talked about tonight and somehow landed on MySpace.
Well, we started on Facebook.
Did we?
Because we were on Facebook. Because the live was on Facebook.
Oh, we did start on. We faxed.
I was like, that was a good joke, and you didn't get
it. My failure of a stream. I never heard what was up with Gio. Let me see if. Oh, he has a family member in the hospital that he's been with. So he was with that family member today as well. That's why he wasn't on yesterday. I didn't know he was going to be off today. But anyway, now we know that Gio's fine. We know what's up with him.
As long as he's okay.
All right. I was talking about when I was in a band because you said that I was going to get us in trouble because I sang like half a line of a song.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I remember how we got onto the embarrassing MySpace story. Well, before we retire for the night, is there anything else you wanted to cover related or not related to the topics?
Oh, wait. Okay, I could show you. So my friend sent me this. This is the Chihaya Furu 10th anniversary art book. Super cool. Just like all the illustrations. They have, here, let me find some of the individual ones. So one thing about like shoujo and josei series is, especially if there's a love triangle, they hardly ever get like individual arts of just the main lead. So that's what I think is really cool about this art book is that just pages full of Chihaya. Because usually like series just don't do that. Like this entire page just of Chihaya.
Now don't cry on stream with us.
I won't. I'll hold it in. Anyway, I wanted to show that because it's cool.
World's #1 Chihaya Furu fan.
Me.
House right there. I still need to go back to watching it now that I've kind of like caught up with life and stuff, but because I had watched like 5 or 6 episodes, so I need to get back into it. But now I'm kind of upset because I'm like, if I finish all 3 seasons, then that's not the end of it, and
then you're just gonna have to read it, Riley. You're just gonna have to give up and read digitally.
I'm gonna have to.
Still holding out hope for that season 4. That special chapter comes out in November. Fingers crossed there's going to be an anime announcement.
Special time skip chapter that's all smut.
No comment.
Shit, what was I going to say? I was going to say something regarding things that I'd watched or something. I don't remember. I do need to get back on that. But how long ago was it that the 3rd season of Chihaya Furu had aired?
2019, I think.
Okay.
Because it was 7 years between season 2 and season 3, and I think season 2 came out around 2012.
Then it's definitely not out of the realm of possibilities for a season.
And I think Madhouse is just absolutely in love with that series. Like the guy, I think, I can't remember who he is, but he literally like is like decked out in Chihaya Furu merch. He's got all these B-Love magazines stacked next to him in this picture for like celebrating Yuki Suetsugu's like last chapter of the series. So I feel like there's still a possibility if they have all these magazines from the series next to them. Like, what are they doing with them? Maybe they're using it for reference.
Well, how far into the series, out of the 50 volumes, how far did it go for the season 3?
Oh, wait. Volume 28 is the volume it got to.
Okay, I was gonna say maybe they wanted to let it finish so they could do one more, but that seems like it'd be at least 2 more seasons, if not 3.
I would honestly be fine if they gave us one more season and then ended it on that. It would be unsatisfying in certain ways still, because like obviously people would want to see Chihaya like become the queen and stuff like that, because like that's her whole goal and that's the whole point of the series. But there's a specific arc that season 4 would cover that is like the most cathartic for the most part. So I think if they did a season 4, it'd be a nice place to end it, because they ended season 3 on such a cliffhanger.
So what volume do you think that it would get to if they just did a 4th one?
Hold on. I'm gonna have to see where that would be. I've been meaning to do a reread for a while because I'm planning on doing like a full Chihaya Furu video for like a send-off goodbye, and I need to reread it. So I'm still like kind of not.
The tagline for the final Evangelion movie, the bye bye to all of Evangelion, bye bye to all of Chihaya Furu.
That's a better title than what I was thinking. So it's probably going to be harder to find, but I think it's around like volume 30 something. Volume 32, 33. So it could be easily done in a season.
Yeah, that's not too much material. All things considered. The 3-hour Chihaya Furu documentary. You got to go Quentin style.
Honestly, that's what I've been thinking. I'm like, I'm trying to think, am I going to recap the entire series? Or am I just going to say things I like about it? I think it would be funnier if I did an entire recap, because I'm going to be crying a lot. But who knows? We'll see. I still got to figure it out.
That's gonna be me like trying to figure out what to do whenever like One Piece ends.
Yeah.
Bye bye all of One Piece.
We're just gonna have these 2 videos that are like 7 hours, 8 hours long, and they're gonna have the same title.
Yeah. Bye bye all of Chihaya Furu. Dang, I should have done. I should have done bye bye all of like for so many different things now. I'm like thinking of all the things that have been ending and like what I could have done bye-byes for.
Just have that be like a new playlist title of videos, and you just you do like send-offs of all these series that you love.
Bye-bye all of Chain Soldier.
And it's just like in parentheses, good riddance.
It's just me talking about the first volume. Like, bye-bye all of Chain Soldier. Not doing it. These are such good ideas. This is why I need to get back to making regular videos so I can use my ideas.
Write that down.
Bye-bye all of monthly haul videos. God, at this point, I'm just overwhelmed. Like, okay, I need to stop sick. No more sick for me. And then I need to go and put my books that I've gotten away. All of those boxes are all things that need to be shelved.
I think at this point, you just need to do a new library tour, right?
That's what I'm going to do. But then the other problem is that like to do the tour, I have my gimbal to stabilize, but the gimbal and the camera are like 10 pounds. And if I'm like with for the viewers out there, my sick it started off as like a sore throat, and then it turned into like sinus congestion and stuff like that. But like Monday morning, I woke up with like just this like noise, like pummeling, this turbulent noise in my ear. And it was like a weird deep tinnitus that's like, or tinnitus, I don't know which way people pronounce it. Unlike what I usually have, which is usually a really high pitched like squeal in my ear, which I can deal with. That's fine. But this other thing, it was like throwing off my equilibrium. I'd get up and I'd feel like I was going to fall over. And it still persists. And I can't like be up for long periods of time without feeling like I'm going to fall because it messes my equilibrium. And so it's better now. I think like I should be able to do it this weekend, but if I can't, the trick is I'm gonna put headphones on, because when I listen to like brown noise, it cancels it out. But that said, this 10-pound piece of equipment, and I'm walking around my library, like I will fall over if I don't do something, and I don't want to fall. And like the way it's set up, like I don't want my shelves to, like I have a middle shelf. I have to do a library tour anyway because I completely overhauled the library, and it's different. It's not even in the same area, so I have to do a new library tour. But I haven't even counted how many books I have now, and I think I'm at least, at least at like 5,000 volumes of manga. Because the last tour was 3,800, and I know that I have at least gotten about 500 volumes of shoujo.
Yeah,
that's your fault. And then everything else that I've gotten. So I'm pretty sure that adds up to about 5,000. So I'll throw a party inside my library for myself and
party of one.
Yeah, shoot off fireworks and stuff, and then I'll have to clean it up. I'll do those little like popper streamer
yeah
things. 5,000 volumes. Man, when I was in high school, my friend was like, we should throw a party when you hit 1,000 volumes. It's wild. So yeah.
And that friend was Elon Musk.
And then it was Beyonce. So yeah, that's what I got. Chihaya bye bye all Chihaya. Bye bye all of, I don't know what's ending. Urusei Yatsura is ending in English soon.
I don't know what else is ending.
Bye bye all.
I can't think of anything now. Well, all of my favorite shoujo series, but that's besides the point.
I feel like every day y'all are putting up something else where you're like, really, it's ending? I'll say one thing about Chain Soldier. There's better femdom manga. There's better rom-com harem manga. There's better monster fighting manga, but there's no better femdom harem rom-com monster fight.
What a positive outlook.
There's nothing better that combines literally everything. Fair enough, but nothing better, and also nothing worse.
Bye bye all of Colleen's faves. Yeah, literally everything I love.
Class of its own, baby. Okay, all right. Well, let me do one last plug for the sponsor before we're here for another hour just vamping about stuff. Let's see. InStockTrades.com is our sponsor on this lovely show, where you can get all of your comic books, manga, and more for up to 50% off. We've got a lot of cool stuff on sale right now for deep discounts. There's a lot of 60%, 65% off stuff like that on nice big fat hardcover omnibus editions. So if you're like me and you like those big fat hardcovers of like comic books like Doctor Strange and whatnot, the Defenders, Star Wars, they've got some of those on deep discounts. $50 or more gets you free shipping within the US. They do ship internationally as well. Buy something within 8 days of your previous purchase and you get an extra 2% off for loyalty discount. Hopefully we can get some discount codes from Omnibros going back on there soon, because they've started doing discount codes, so we should be able to get them to give us one again. And then you guys can save an extra 3%, I think is what they usually do for us. So thank you again to InStockTrades.com for sponsoring the show every week, multiple times a week. The next time that the show is going to be on is going to be Monday, which is going to be for the new releases and stuff like that. So for that week. We got one more comment in there. Came in Chain Soldier is like a trash genre Voltron. Discount code, hopefully. So thank you so much, Colleen, for joining me on this wonderful show tonight. Thank you for going on about MySpace and other stuff, and for accidentally starting on Facebook instead of on YouTube.
It was a fun time.
Anyway, so thank you so much for joining me. Where can they find you, and what do you have coming up soon?
You can find me on YouTube, Colleen's Manga Rex. I actually am working on a new video about Josei right now. Otherwise, Instagram is Colleen's Manga Rex, Twitter is manga_nostalgic, and TikTok is Colleen Carney Photo.
Cool. And you can find me hopefully soon. You'll actually be able to see some stuff from me on my YouTube, the Omnibus Collector, TikTok, the Omnibus Collector, and Twitter, Omni Collector. Josei, you say. It's a topic. That is a topic for Colleen. And I've been seeing some of the note taking, and I've been seeing some of the sources, and this is going to be quite a video. I'm just going to say that, like, you're going to get a different type of attention than you did on the misogyny in the in the
other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, there's some other people are going to be, but like you're doing the Lord's work here. I feel like I couldn't. Anyway,
plug the rest.
Yeah, that's me. That's all my stuff. Y'all know where to find me. And find Gio. I'm going to plug him as well, since he wasn't able to be here with us, at A Week in Geekdom on YouTube. And Geekdom Gaming is his gaming channel, where he likes to talk. I think he talks a lot of Switch games. But the most wonderful and positive person in the community, Gio, A Week in Geekdom. Make sure to follow him on the platforms, on the YouTubes, on the Instagram, on Twitter, and on TikTok, since he's actually saying his name now, Creature Gaiden. If you're interested in yokai and spirits and whatnot and Japanese folklore, look for Gio at Creature Gaiden on TikTok. He's got some really cool videos on all kinds of stuff, and can help you understand some of the mythologies and stuff behind manga and anime that you might not already be aware of for the characters that they show in there. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Everyone was fantastic in the crowd, and I hope you could help you find some cool things that are coming out in October, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye, all of the chat and broadcast.